Hello everyone! Today we're going to learn how to design a budget-friendly recipe book in Canva. So let's get right on to it. The first thing that we're going to need to do is to look for some templates that we can use. To do that, we're going to go to the search bar and type in recipe book. And from the drop-down, we're going to select See All. This will take us to the templates page. So this is the templates page. This is where you'll get to choose whatever template you'd like to use for your budget-friendly recipe book. So choose any template you'd like to use. Perhaps we could use this one. Let's click on it and let's click on Customize this template. Okay, so this is the editing page. This is where we're going to do all of the editing. But first, if you'd like to change your template, you can go to the side panel over here and scroll down, change it to whatever template you'd like to use. If you're looking for something specific, then go to the search bar and type in whatever you're looking for. Perhaps I'll use this one. It's simple, and I think it's also quite easy to modify. So let's start. First, I'd like to add another page, 2 pages to be exact. So this will be the table of contents page, and this will be the main content page, where we're going to put all of our ingredients, recipes, and more cooking information. Let's first start by designing our cover page. So if you like, you can actually get rid of elements you don't really need. And you can also change some elements if you want to. As for me, I'm going to go to the element section and I'm going to type in frame. And I'm going to click on See All to view more options. So I'm going to choose a frame that I'd like to use for today's design. So let's just go back up. Perhaps I'll use this one. I'm first going to delete this and try to use this one. And I'm going to place that over here. And I'm also going to try to change our background color. So I'm going to click on an empty area on the page, and then I'll click on this color button here so that we can choose whatever colors we'd like to use. You can choose from solid colors or gradients if you want to. And you can also edit the color of your gradients by going back up and by clicking on this button right over here. And from here, you can change your colors. Okay, I'm gonna choose a solid color. I think a solid color is easier on the eyes. And I'm gonna choose... Yeah, I really like this color when it comes to food. So I'm gonna choose this one. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way. And now let's talk about the photo. We're gonna take care of the text later. So if you'd like to upload or use your own photo for your design, you're going to have to go to the Uploads button here. If it's not yet uploaded to Canva, then you're going to have to upload it first by clicking on the Upload Files button right over here. Click on it and then navigate to the location of your desired images and then click Open and it'll be uploaded over here. Once it finishes uploading, you can drag the picture onto the frame, just like that. I'm going to remove that and I'm going to change it to, I'm going to use a different photo. I don't have any photos of foods over here on my upload section, so I'm just going to use some elements instead. Of course, you can use some photos on the element section, but I'm just going to show you food, for example. Photos, and yeah, many of Canva's photos are actually Pro element. So I'm just going to use a better option, and that is to use Pexels or Pixabay. Now, if you want to know how I added these to my side panel, what I did is I went to the app section or to the apps button and I scrolled down, and Pexels and Pixabay are right over here. So just click on either one of them, depending on which one you want to use. And then once you click one, this will appear. So from here, you can simply search for whatever photos you're looking for. Say for example, cheap food. So we're gonna drag a picture, into place over here. And if you want to adjust your photo's position inside the frame, double click on it and drag it into position. And click on done once you're done. All right, now let's take care of the text. So I'm gonna change it to recipe book. And perhaps I'm gonna resize it. Make it bigger because we have a huge space. So let's make use of that space. And I'm gonna type budget friendly, because that's the title for today's video. So we're gonna do that. Budget friendly recipe book. There. And of course, it looks really plain. So if you'd like to add some elements to your design, go to the elements section and then type in whatever kind of elements you're looking for. You can go to graphics or photos, depending on what type of elements you want to use. So perhaps I'm going to go and search for design instead. Or I could use a pattern and select any pattern from here. Let's try to use this one. I don't think so. Let's try to look for another one. How about this? Oh, I think it's an image element. We can't really change its color, so let's use a different one, a different pattern instead. How about this one? It might be too much. This one. Let's give it a try. Let's send it to the back by going to position and then to back. And then we can also change its color. I think it's okay. We can also adjust its transparency over here and set it to about 50. I think it's okay. We're going to duplicate it by duplicating this, or by clicking on this duplicate button. And we're going to make sure that they're properly aligned. And there. And now I'm going to zoom back out, and I am going to click on this and send this element to the back so that it doesn't cover our image over here. And now I'm going to go to the elements once again and type paint. And perhaps I'm going to use this one and change it to a different color. And perhaps resize it and send it backward. And maybe tilt it a little bit. And then resize it even more, and duplicate it. And send it backward again. And adjust it. That should be fine. So as for you, you just keep on adding elements until you're happy with your design. Okay, so we're gonna deal with the content, or the table of contents page. So I'm going to copy this, Control plus C, Control plus V. And I'm gonna type here in all capital letters, table of contents. Place that over here. And I'm going to go to the effects button here and look for specific styles or effects I'd like to use. Perhaps this one's okay. Let's see. I like the color. I'm gonna zoom in to see much better. And maybe we could also adjust its roundness and its spread. And then let's see. Yeah, I think I'm okay with it. I'm gonna make sure that it's centered, and it is. So now we're gonna add another text box. Press T on your keyboard to automatically add a text box. And here it is. I'm gonna align it to the left rather, and I'm gonna turn off this uppercase setting. And I'm gonna input here my very first recipe. So what do I have here? By the way, this is just a sample recipe that I had prepared for me by an AI because, yeah, as you may know, I'm not very good at coming up with recipes, so I needed the help of an AI to give me something to work with today, something to show you as an example. So I'm gonna use this as today's example. So we have cheesy black bean quesadilla. I'm going to copy this and I'm gonna paste it over here. I'm also just gonna make sure that it's a bit smaller, and I'm gonna adjust its letter spacing by clicking this button. There. I'm going to duplicate it, make sure it's aligned, and type in 1. And I'm also going to align it to the right. There. Make sure it's aligned. Yes. And then I'm going to add press L on my keyboard to add a line. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to adjust the line. Okay, and I'm going to change the line weight. By the way, if you want to change the color of your line, click on this button and choose whatever color you like. And you can choose your line weight over here. If you want to make it thinner, then make sure to input low numbers here. So the smaller the number, the thinner your line will be. And if you'd like to turn it into a broken line, you can also do that. They have options here. All right. So in order to add another content, you just highlight this and then duplicate it by clicking on this button, position it properly, and then type in your next recipe over here. What do we have here? Tomato and basil pasta. And this will be page number 2. Oh, there. Oh, I think we have to adjust the line. And let's see. Okay, there you go. So just keep on doing the same thing over and over again until you complete your table of contents page. All right, we're going to deal with the contents page now for real. Okay, so what I'd like to do, I'd like to first add a frame. So I'm going to click on elements. Oh, we're already here. I'm going to type in frame, graphics. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant see all. And we're going to choose a frame element here that we can use. How about this one? We can place it over here like that. And then I'm going to copy, let's see, perhaps this one. I'm going to Control plus C it, Control plus V it over here. And this will be the title. So what do we have? We have cheesy black bean quesadilla. Gonna put that there. And I'm gonna align it to the left. Okay, so keep it this way for now. And then we're just going to add a photo first. So I'm gonna go to Pexels because I don't have my own photos. And we're gonna type in what we're looking for over here. Let's just choose a random photo. And then I'm going to copy this, paste it here, and say ingredients. And align it to the left. I'm also going to zoom in to see better. And I'm going to press T on my keyboard to add a text box automatically. And now I'm going to go back to my notepad and copy the ingredients. I think the text is too big, so let's adjust it to about 15. We could align this to the left. Make them a bit bigger, perhaps. What about 20? And then we're going to align them over here. I think we're going to move this over here. And I'm going to duplicate this. First, let me adjust it and then duplicate it. And I'm going to remove at least 3. And I'm going to turn this into a bulleted list. And this one, I'm going to delete the first 3. I mean the first 4. And then I'm going to once again turn this into a bulleted list. And there we go. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to position this one properly and put here instructions. And I'm going to copy this, put it over here, and resize it. I'm going to copy my instructions now. And instead of turning it into a bulleted list, I'm going to turn it into a numbered list by clicking on this button once again. And there. Now there's only one more thing left for us to do. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to turn it to 1 and I'm going to turn off the italicization and align it to the middle. And perhaps resize it to about 25 and place that over here. This will serve as our page number. And there. So it's very simple. If you'd like to add some decorations to it, feel free to do so. Do whatever you want to make your recipe book beautiful. And if you want to add another recipe, just duplicate this page by clicking on this button. And then you can just simply replace the content over here. So what do we have? Tomato and basil pasta. We're going to type that there, and we're going to look for some photos of that over here, just as an example, because I don't have photos of my own. So I'm just going to pick a random picture and place it here. I think this one would look nice. Yes. And basically, I'm just going to change the ingredients and the instruction. And change the page number to number 2. Okay. And basically, you can just keep on repeating the process over and over again, and you can even choose to rearrange the elements for each page if that's what you want. And once you're happy and done with your recipe book, you can finally download it. So go to the share button above, click on download, select your preferred file type here or the file type you'd like your recipe book to be saved as. Make sure to check and tweak other download settings according to your preferences. And once everything's all set and all done, click on download. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope you found it of help somehow, and we hope to see you in the next one.